At the Australian Reptile Park, we like to get our keepers trained up in all sorts of animal handling.
The reptile park has 250 venomous snakes. That means that our keepers must have basic snake handling skills and in some cases more elaborate skills for restraint, pinning and milking a snake. Today, I've got 4 keepers at varying levels of experience and I'm going to put them through some training. But as always with venomous snakes, it can be a bit scary.
Liz, Mick, Kyle and Mike are the keepers in the frame today. Their lives could depend on what they learn here.
Okay, so we're all here for venom training. The 3 snakes today, death adder, king brown and tiger snakes. For a number of reasons. They're all handled very differently. They're all capable of different things and that's what we'll learn and we'll go into. The first snake the guys are going to handle is a death adder. Now, looks can be deceiving. The death adder is small and it's quite stocky, but it's incredibly dangerous. Number 6 in the world for the strength of its venom. Now, they have one of the fastest strikes in the world. You go too close, you'll be bitten before you even see it. So for today, I'd like you to hook the snake out, place it onto the bin, and then hook back into the bucket. Who would like first go? Mick?
Yep, no worries.
Okay, away you go. Mick's going through the motions. Now, he's an experienced handler, and this shouldn't be new to him, and he does really well. That's it, well done.
Liz and Mike have never handled venomous snakes before, so to say they're a little tense is an understatement.
You can put me with mammals, you can put me with birds, and I'm very, very comfortable. When it comes to reptiles, though, it's completely foreign to me.
Mike's hand won't stop shaking and he had a funny grip on the bin. And that's the nerves, because he's had the world's 6th most venomous snake sitting on a bin lid in front of his face. You can't help it.
Liz, though, for a first-timer, she's done a great job.
Well done.
Now it's time for rookie Kyle.
Kyle, you're up, mate. Lucky last.
Now, Kyle's got some experience with reptiles, but he knows well enough you don't take anything for granted with venomous snakes.
How do I feel about these snakes? They always get my nerves going. One drop of their venom is enough to kill you. I'm a small guy, not someone I want to get bitten by. He's got some weight. There's something so small, so dangerous.
I can see he's struggling a bit with his fingers, and when that snake's on there, it's heavier than it feels, and you're ready at any time for it to twitch a bit, so you're trying to keep your strength there in your hand, but he does well. Well done. That was really good, mate. Show us that hand.
A little bit.
A little bit, not much.
It's been expected though, having such a dangerous snake in hands.
Wait till the next one.
I've handled a few venomous snakes, but nothing got my nerves going like the death adder.
Okay, well that's Mr. Death Adder done, and we might escalate things in 2 ways. This is going to make you very nervous, and we're expecting that.
Yep.
Next up is the king brown or mulga snake. Its venom, it only ranks up in the late teens, towards 20, but what it lacks in toxicity, it makes up for in size. Okay, so big snake, take your time.
Liz and Mike have been my least eager participants so far. Dealing with the king brown can only build their confidence.
When you grab him, okay, nice and low, bring him up, keep him on the hook. If he starts to pull back, that's fine, okay?
They've dealt with the death adder, but the mulga is a whole new kettle of fish.
It's a monster. It's like a big long sock full of muscle, and it's turning and it's writhing, and I've got to watch that head the whole time, because at the end of that sock are a set of fangs that ultimately could be the end of me.
Next up is Liz.
That's it. Yep, hook under. Lizzie does really well. She's got nerves of steel. She follows instruction perfectly. She's calm, and the snake stays calm. Thank you. Well done. Okay, next snake.
Right, Mick and Kyle are now up against a tiger snake. A whole new set of rules exist for this fella.
The tiger snake raises the bar again. It's the world's 4th most venomous snake, and the guys know it. You can't stop the feeling of, if this snake bites me, I'm gonna die. You just keep watching that head.
I am worried about stuffing it up. I am in front of my supervisors and my bosses, and I really want to get it right and show them that I can actually do the job properly. And I really do not want to get bitten.
So your movements are calm, his movements are calm. So up onto the bench, That's it. Not too hard. Okay, let go of the tail. Yep. Fingers in.
Yep, yeah, yep.
You good?
Yep.
Okay, well done, mate. That's it. Tail up. Lift him up. And now settle. Beautiful. How do you feel?
As good as you can feel. So I pinned my first tiger snake. It was an amazing experience. I've never felt anything like it.
Mick's got a bit of a trickier job on his hands. First up is pinning the snake, but then I want him to milk it.
Okay, mate, so the best bit of advice I can give you is just keep concentrating. You know what to do. That's it.
I'm nervous about milking a tiger snake because it's my first time milking, and you got to get your hands right behind the head of the tiger snake. You can turn around, it can bite you if you're not doing it properly. It's the 4th most venomous snake in the world. One droplet of venom can kill 88 people, so it's pretty hair-raising sort of stuff.
That's it, mate. Keep a nice bit of pressure on. Slide up. Got his tail. Well done. That's it. Okay. Now, when you present, just up. Yep, right up in between the lips there, and he'll bite. That's it. Oh, nice. Mick's done it. He's milked the snake, his first ever. 2 good squirts of venom. That's what you want.
That's not the end of the job just yet. This can be the most dangerous part of the procedure.
When you're ready, just lift him back gently and he'll let go. Letting the snake go is still dangerous. They never release all of their venom, so it's still a loaded weapon. Try tilting down to you a little bit. That's it. Well done. Sit your vial down.
So, 3, 2, 1.
Nice.
Everything went to plan. I've not bitten. I've milked my first tiger snake. I'm giving myself 2 thumbs up.
Well done by all. You all did really well, guys, and we're all a bit nervous, but that's good because that means we're respectful of the snakes, and that's what it's all about. That's how you don't get bitten. So, well done. That's it for today.
The training was great, and I feel like if there was a snake on the loose at the reptile park and I was the person in charge, that I could remove the snake and keep people safe.
I've got a big job to do here in the lost world of reptiles at the park, and it needs all hands on deck.
There you go, big boy.
Leonardo, our alligator snapping turtle, has to be weighed, but that's going to be the easy bit. Lifting this monster out of his tank is going to be a nightmare. The reason moving him is such a challenge and so dangerous is because of that big head and those strong jaws. They're called alligator snappers for a reason. When that jaw snaps shut, it doesn't open. And if there's a finger or body part inside, it's not coming back. The water is his domain. So by dropping the water in the tank, it means that all of his weight is down on the ground, and that gives us an advantage. To move Leo safely and protect my staff, I'm planning this manoeuvre with military precision.
Nick and Mike, you're going to jump in. Kyle will help underneath. You're going to keep a bit of weight up. You guys grab, you know where, front and back. Nowhere near the head. Consider him like a croc. Anywhere in front of those front shoulders is the strike zone.
It's such a tight squeeze in Leo's tank. Mike has to try to lift the turtle out on his own.
I'm actually a bit nervous about picking up this guy because I've certainly never picked up one before.
That's good. Are you right, mate? Someone give him a hand from under. We can't take it yet, Mike.
I've got God knows how many kilos out in front of me, and the whole time you've got this razor-sharp mouth out there moving around. I don't want to drop this guy.
We good, boys? Take a breath?
Yep.
Okay, keep coming down. Look at those jaws. You wouldn't want to get bitten by them. There's a job to be done, though. Can't duck out now. Okay, now watch your fingers, mate.
Okay.
Right. G'day. This is Leonardo, and we're going to weigh him. Leo's a real showstopper, and the thing that's attracting the most attention is his extraordinary mouth. Can you see that pink thing in his mouth? You know what he does with that? He pretends it's a worm, and he wiggles it around underwater, and a fish goes in to try and eat the worm, and what do you reckon the turtle does? Eats the fish. Alligator snapping turtles live in swamps, and mainly in the southern half of the United States of America. They might look slow, but they are in fact ambush predators. Oh, that spikes hurt, eh? No. Put your head down, buddy. The head, it's like a vice and it snaps shut. Anything that goes in there, you've lost it. The turtle's gonna bite and not let go. we're having to head off-site because the scales at the park are just not up to the job.
We're off now to a factory around the corner, and they're really nice guys. They actually make pet food treats, and what they do for us is let us use their industrial scales. And for something the size of Leonardo or our big crocodiles or alligators, this is exactly what we need. Righto, gents.
52.
I can't do a job like this without doing a guess-the-weight sweepstake with the boys.
Let's hope he hasn't turned around. Thanks a lot, mate. Thanks a lot.
We're on a mission to get our alligator snapping turtle, Leonardo, weighed.
Got him, Johnny? Right. Got you. Right, 1, 2, 3, mate. Bob, watch your hands. I got him. Getting him out of the truck was hairy because it's not just the mouth you're worrying about, but him falling on the ground. Even at short distance, he does not bounce. Right.
We've got a sweepstake going on between us. No prize, just the kudos of being right.
The scales are pretty straightforward. We walk on there with him, take our weights away, and we end up with Leonardo's weight. Righto, off we up. Oh, 44.5. Where's that pad?
Someone's 44. Yeah. I was 47.
47. Rodney! Well, you don't get a prize, mate, but you do get all the glory.
Oh, I know, mate.
Oh, turn that head around, please.
This guy's a tricky fella to manoeuvre. And let me remind you, those jaws are strong.
The job's not over until the big guy's back in his tank and it's full of water. 1, 2, 3. He's a beast, isn't he? Ooh, come on, mate. He's cranky now.
First, though, we've got to get him back through the park, but I have a feeling he'll draw a bit of attention.
Watch your hand.
Oh, that's all right. There's some tight turns on the way back to the Lost World where we keep Leo, and I don't want him nipping at anyone's knees, least of all mine. It's really rare to get Leo out, and our staff, the reptile keepers that care for him every day, it's like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and they can get up close and actually touch him. We've got to make the most of that.
Come on in, mate. Behind, around the back. You can feel his tail if you want. This is Leonardo. Look at that mouth, man. That's just brilliant.
Apart from Leo's well-being, my main concern today has been safety. Now I'm about to give the park visitors a glimpse of just what those jaws look like in action. This is a piece of bamboo and it's fresh, so it's pretty soft, but I want to show you just how strong they are.
Whoa! You do not want that to be your finger. He's not going to let go. Come on, mate.
While he's out of his tank, it's a good time for a physical. Some turtles can get what's called shell rot. It wears down and can get infected, so time to take a look.
He looks great, mate. That's perfect. No signs of anything. He's got both eyes on me. Right there, when I move, they follow. And you know, his head can reach almost half the length of his body. So if you think about how far forward that is, you know, I'm safe here, but I'm not going any closer.
This is no time to get complacent. One little mistake, a hand or a leg goes too close, and this boy's gonna grab you. I gotta make sure that doesn't happen.
Right, Johnny? Yep. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there we go.
Getting him out of the tank was pretty tough, but the reality is, getting him back in, that's likely to be harder.
Watch your hand. Oh,
That's all right.
Oh, those spikes hurt, eh?
The risks now are that someone gets bitten or we drop him in the tank. I don't want either of them to happen. This is manageable. We just need to do it smooth. Keep fingers and arms in the right spot, get him back down in the tank, fill it with water, maybe give him a bit of a feed. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's go up. Watch your legs, Johnny. Okay, you take next step, then I'll come up. Hold him for a sec, lift. Yeah. Okay, watch your arm, Johnny. Watch your arm on the side. You got him, mate? It's a really awkward position to be holding something in. It's like carrying a bag of cement with jaws. Hands away, Rod. Hands away. Yep, watch out, Johnny. Back a bit. That's good. His front arms might get stuck a little. Okay, Mike, and down. Good job, mate. That went really well. Leo might be having a bit of a sook now, but he'll get over that. A few yabbies will do the trick. We've got his weight, and that means we'll be able to monitor his health over the years. And the best thing is, everyone's got their digits. It was a good day.
Every now and again, we like to give our saltwater crocodile Elvis a treat.
Hello, Elvis. Look at this, buddy.
It's a set menu today. we've got a massive side of beef.
All animals require enrichment, and that's stimulation that is something different than what they do on any normal day. Now, this big food item for Elvis, it's going to get him excited, it's going to get his blood boiling, but it's also going to stimulate him into doing some natural behaviours, grabbing it, drowning it, and, exciting for us, death rolls and head shakes. So the idea is, once he grabs it, hopefully he rolls, breaks a bit off, and that's our cue. Get in there, get it out. He cannot eat that whole thing or he's not going to eat for a year.
That's the plan. Sounds easy, hey? But for Mike and I to get the meat to the edge of the water safely, Mick needs to act as a decoy and get Elvis to the other side of the pool.
Come on, buddy. Yeah, come on.
Go in. Closer. Why are they so fat?
Now, this is dangerous. One wrong move and Mick could end up as a starter.
Elvis is fired up. He's in attack mode. Mick is trying to get his attention, splashing the water, trying to get Elvis to turn. I don't want to move before he does because he's going to launch out of the water.
Come on, mate. Good boy. Come on.
And if history's anything to go by, Elvis won't think twice of making a meal of Mick.
Elvis has eaten a lot of strange things. A lawnmower, his girlfriends, and he's even eaten a camera. Where is he, Mick?
Yeah. Oh, he's at the corner. Yep, we're good.
Sit him down, nice and close. Okay, he's at the corner.
Just gonna bring him around. Just gonna jump in front of you for a second.
Yep.
Come on now.
So?
Come on, mate.
Mick's done his job beautifully. Elvis is fired up and he's coming fast. Now, Mike and I have got to grab the side of beef and launch it to Elvis. But who knows what he might do? I don't want him charging out of the water at us. That's what I'm worried about.
Come on now. Ready? He's coming in.
3.
On the right. Nice.
Once he grabs it, the first thing he does is takes it straight underwater and tries to drown it.
He's got it.
Oh, look at that. While Elvis is drowning his prey, we need to now get the rope around the tree, tie it off, keep some pressure on it, because that's what he wants to feel, that there's still that pressure there, that it's a big food item. It'll make it feel bigger and he'll go into a death roll. How good was that? And powerful. You can see him starting to move. Here he goes. Wow, that was incredible. Now, he didn't just roll once, but a few times. Crocs use the death roll because they don't have a knife and fork like us. They need to be able to roll and break through bone, muscle, tissue, sinews, and break off a piece that's small enough for them to swallow. And that's about the size of a basketball.
Oh, straight to the ribs.
Good boy. That's really good.
Jeez. Hey, there we go. That's a good one. All we're waiting for now is for him to break that last corner off. He might do another roll or two, but then he's just going to shake it off. That's when we take cover. Here he goes.
Okay, got it. Let's get it.
Elvis has ripped a piece off about the size of a football. Now, he has to come up to swallow it or it'll take a lungful of water. Now, before he does that, we got to get that big chunk out or he's not going to eat for a year. Chunk out. Yep, chunk out. Beauty. That was amazing. Croc's truly awesome. And he's unharmed, we're unharmed. We got to see a side of Elvis that we wanted to see. And what makes me happiest is just thinking about how Elvis must feel right now.
That's good.
Well done.
Yeah. Got it, rolled it, ate it, and burped.
Yeah, classical croc, eh?
Yeah.
A year ago, we welcomed the arrival of 2 dragons to the park.
Komodo dragons in the wild have become endangered because of a couple of factors. In some areas, human impact. In others, decreased food source. They feed on deer and goats and things that humans also take out of the environment. Now, Komodo dragons in Komodo National Park are stable. Our lizards are from a place called Flores, another island. Their population has crashed from a couple of thousand lizards down to as few as 120. Very important that we have some here.
There is a worldwide Komodo breeding program that we are proud to be a part of. This is Kraken, and one day we hope to be able to breed him to contribute to the survival of the species in captivity. Breeding is some time off, maybe in a couple of years. Until then, he's in training. Young Komodos can't compete with adults. They're cannibals, and given half the chance, a parent will eat their own young. That's why hatchlings take to the trees as soon as they come out of the egg.
Komodo dragons are really intelligent, and they also have a beautiful big eye and great vision. Now, they respond really well to training. And what we have here is a target and a set of tongs. Now, this is target training. So why we do this is because they have an on or an off switch. And when they're on and their food response is activated, they are a very different lizard to when it's off. So we need to be able to control that switch. The target always indicates there's food, nothing else. He's used to this orange, then we replace with a food item. That means if we're out in the park and he sees someone, he's not going to switch on that food response. He's on the move now, he knows, he can see it. Komodos are carnivorous. They eat meat, and they're predominantly scavengers, although they will attack and try and take down larger prey. That's where the venom comes into effect. But the meat that I'm offering here today is a piece of lean kangaroo and a few small mice. Good sized food items for a lizard of this size. That target training might look simple, but it's actually very complex. For him to understand that shows intelligence, and it's taken a long time, very slowly easing into it, to be able to now indicate a target, good response, feed. What a lizard. Now that he's been fed, target trained, we're looking at a different lizard. He's in feed mode. And this second method, hanging it up on the wall, I've got a bit of a safety broom here just to keep him back for a minute. That's a boy. Look at the differences now. The tongue's flicking, he knows there's food. Stay back there, mate. Here we go. He's using the serrated teeth, getting a hold, and each time he rips back, those serrated teeth are rip, 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 breaking bits of flesh off. You have a look now how strong his neck is. He flexes the throat, flexes the neck, muscular body, back legs firmly planted. Here he goes. He's just eaten over a kilo of meat and he's starting to settle now. Once he does, I'm going to take him for a walk out the park. And with that nice full belly, I won't have to worry about him mistaking any of the public for food.
Now, the reptile park is known for its hands-on approach. We love our visitors to get close to animals.
Now, Kraken's only 2 years old, but even still, he's got the appearance of a big lizard. A slow gait, big strides. Most of the smaller monitors are very twitchy, but not Komodos. Very confident lizards. He's doing really well. He's just staying calm. He's got Tasmanian devils there, Galapagos tortoise here, kangaroos out there, people everywhere. No sign of a food response. He's calm and settled. That's just what I wanted. Komodos in the wild wouldn't be used to seeing people. But Kraken, since her small monitor, has been handled, and this is a part of his daily activities. He likes it a lot, and it's very good to be able to get a species like this, an endangered species, in contact with people. What better way to deliver a message? That was great. Kraken did really well. He's come a long way. There were lots of people out here, and he stayed calm. He's a bit tired, but now he needs a lift. It's time for him to go home.
We have all sorts of reptiles at the park, but the pygmy blue tongue isn't one of them. So today, it's pretty special to me.
So, Torben, how does this actually work?
Roxy is our pygmy blue tongue lizard detection dog. Okay. So she is trained to sniff out lizards because they live in these little burrows in the ground, sometimes under the grass, and it can be hard to see. And she can sniff them out even when we can't see them.
So she's trained to specifically pick up the scent of pygmy blue tongue lizards?
Yes, she is. And we have done some experiments with her where she is distinguishing between pygmy blue tongues and related species like the sleepy lizard.
Yes.
And also the bearded dragon. So she doesn't actually react to those, but she reacts to the pygmy blue tongue scent.
Okay, well, you better show me how she does it work.
We'll see what you want to do today. Roxy.
As Torben says, the lizards make their home in burrows. Not just any old hole, these unique little creatures live down spider burrows. 32 populations of the pygmy blue tongue have now been located in the region. That may sound a lot, but it's only on this land outside Burra that they're protected.
Ready?
Oh, she's onto something?
Yeah.
She
that's
found
it.
one?
Yes, that's burrow.
So where is it?
You can see the burrows. You can see the burrows in the hole
Look
right
at
there.
that. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. That is amazing. Look at this. Right there is the burrow of a pygmy blue-tongued lizard found by that dog.
I guess the Danes have a slightly different way of congratulating their dogs. All the same, it's an amazing skill Roxy has.
You just hold on to her. I'll just
Yes.
see if there is a lizard in it.
Okay.
She can occasionally indicate on burrows where there was a lizard in lately.
So that's a little endoscope?
That's an endoscope, so
Yep.
you can actually see what's inside.
Good girl.
Yep, there's a lizard sitting in there.
Can I have a look?
Yep. If you look through that piece there.
Stay there, Roxy.
Can you see him?
Holy moly. Look at that. It's just unbelievable. I don't know what's more unbelievable, the fact that Roxy found that, or that there's one in there.
With another lizard found, it's home marked and ready to be added to the database. Torben has another trick up his sleeve that he wants to show me. I've got to say, a lizard detection dog is going to take some beating. I've been wondering what the fishing rod was for. I think I'm getting an idea now.
This is our burrow.
Yeah, so here's a burrow where we know there's a lizard in. Yep. And now we're gonna go fishing.
All right, well, I'm very keen to see you do this.
The idea here is to get the lizard to latch onto the mealworm. Then Torben will give him a yank and out he'll pop. Well, that's the plan. This fella has got other ideas though. Second worm in. Come on, come on. This boy's played the game before. He knows how to grab a free meal. Oh well, let him be. Torben's off now to find a more willing participant. I'm on the rolling grasslands of South Australia with reptile researcher Torben Nielsen. He's come up with a novel way of luring pygmy blue-tongued lizards from their lairs. Straight down the hole for this worm. Not quite sure if anyone is home. Whoop. Well, at least that proves someone is down there. And here it comes. It must be hungry. Straight out of the burrow and into Torben's hand.
You got her.
I got her.
Unbelievable. Well done, mate.
Little female. Oh, actually, big female when it comes to these.
And can you tell it's a female physically or because of that belly?
You can tell she's a female, partly because of the belly, but partly because of the females are a little bit different from the males.
Okay.
They have a longer body and a smaller head.
Yes.
Basically, smaller head, smaller tail, smaller feet,
Yeah.
but a longer body because they need to have babies inside.
Okay, and you can see that. She's also carrying babies.
She seemed to be carrying babies. You can see there are like there's bumps on the back of her body here, especially when she moves a little bit. And that's actually because most likely because there's something in her.
Yeah.
Otherwise, she has been feeding on some very big grasshoppers lately, but she should be pregnant.
Yes. I got to admit, I'm a little speechless because, you know, things that have been lost, like the night parrot and found, pygmy blue tongues and found. I don't think there's much hope for thylacines, but, you know, it's incredible that something can be lost for so long and found, and here it is now.
Yes. Well, it's probably got something to do with no one thought to look inside a spider burrow for these little guys.
That's the only place they live, hey?
It's the only place they live. They do occasionally go into little cracks in the earth, something like that, temporarily, but spider burrows seem to be their only permanent residence.
And tell me, I've heard that they kick the original resident out?
Yes.
And then move in. What actually happens there?
They can find burrows that are empty. There are plenty of burrows around here that are empty, but it does seem that if they find a burrow with a spider in it, then the spider, it's a bad deal for the spider. The spider gets kicked out and in the process often get eaten.
Yes. And tell me, they're coming out head first.
which means, is there a hole down the bottom or are they backing in?
A lot of the burrows have a little extension or a little widening somewhere. These are incredibly flexible. The only thing, you can almost make a knot on them. The only thing that can't flex is the head. So often they go down and they find a place and they turn around. But we also have footage of lizards coming in, moving into a burrow, reversing out, turning around and sticking the tail in and moving in like that.
We'll take some measurements of our girl later. But now, it's my turn to grab my first pygmy blue tongue.
I'll fish and you catch.
All right, I've got to tell you, I'm a bit nervous because I've seen the master do it. the pressure's on.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready. We've definitely got him interested. Only a matter of time. Look at it devour that worm. That's just amazing. It's so tempting to go for the lizard when he pops his head out, but this is a waiting game. He's not stupid and he's really quick. I've got to bide my time. Got him! Look at that.
Yeah, they got plenty of confidence.
Plenty of confidence. Oh, well, that's one thing I'm happy to be bitten by. Look at that. And that's another female?
Let me see here. No, that's actually a male.
Oh, that's a male.
That's a male.
We got a pair.
You'll see pretty big head.
Yeah.
Very short body.
Yes.
And you'll find that it has a very long tail.
Okay. I can see that body tapers right in, whereas that last female had a rounded belly and bigger shoulders.
Let's see if we can see. You can actually see there's a little bump here.
I can, yeah.
We are a bit past the mating season.
Yep.
But you can see there's a bump on both sides, which is his hemipenises.
Yes.
And that's what you can see on the males as well. But that's only because we're close to the mating season. In the middle of the season, you won't see him. But this is actually a male.
Look at you. Just incredible to think that they were missing for so long and
everyone thought they were extinct, yeah?
And they're here. As with all new finds, Torben needs to collect some data, so it's back to the car. Okay, will we take him down for processing?
Yep.
You're looking at one happy boy here.
Well, I'm glad that these little guys can make you happy.
They do. Spectacular lab you've got.
Yeah, it's quite a nice place. Quite a bit better than any inside lab anywhere.
Oh, agreed. Now, before we get the data, tell me about the research that you're doing.
My main project here is aimed at figuring out how lizards respond to grazing. We've had grazing on most of these lands for like over 100 years.
Yeah.
So clearly the lizards can take some kind of grazing. So what I'm looking at is what's the ideal amount of grazing and how do we make a system so that we can have both sheep and lizards in the same land.
I reckon they're in pretty good hands, mate. Shall we get a bit of data now?
Let's get a bit of data on these guys.
The babies are live-born, and they're little copies of their parents. I say little, they're actually about 4 centimetres, which compared to their mother is pretty big. They don't hang around very long. After a week, maybe 4 at most, they disperse to find their own burrows. Torben reckons with a little bit of help, the future for the pygmy blue tongue is bright. There's likely to be relocations down the line of some populations. But increased awareness amongst landholders with an interest in their conservation means these amazing little creatures will continue to survive in these rolling hills for generations to come. Now all that's left is to make sure this little girl gets home. There's the hole. Right in there, hey?
Yep, right in there.
I've been waiting a long time to see one of them, and that was brilliant. Good on you, mate.
You're welcome.